All right. We are gonna just jump right into it because, hello, I am 6 hours late for stream. Hello, everybody. It's been a crazy, hectic past couple of days, weeks, whatevers. And I really want to get LYOC functional again and figure out what the hell's wrong with it, and also what the hell's wrong with my hair. Oof. So without any further ado, let's get off of this. Let's go to video game crime jazz because I am feeling that lately. It's not too intense. Beep. Let's give a quick welcome. All right. I just love the comments for this video. So I'm listening to more video game crime jazz. Me and the boys were gonna steal a big jewel, but didn't have the right playlist for us. Thank you for providing the civil service. Wasn't gonna do any crimes today till I saw this playlist. Hilarious. Good stuff. Let's, without any further ado, get right into it. The main issue that I'm having with LYOC right now is figuring out like, I know the hack for this, and I might just do the hack. I need to do a socket action. Starts. Excuse me. So my socketed stuff is split between two components right now, which is not good. So I've updated players here. Let's start. Alright, I don't think I can listen to this right now. I need some peace. Just like deep space. Relaxing. Okay, relaxing ambient. Seems like it'll be better. Alright, I think that's a bit more of the speed that we need in order to be contemplative. Socket return, update players, set up players to update players. Let's just see what's happening. This might be something that I have to chew on online, unfortunately. Let's take a quick peek at the docs for Socket.io. So it's saying Socket should be its own. The client's initialized in the Socket.js. Auto-connect false. Enable cores on the server. So I think I've just set up Socket.io incorrectly on this project by being a bit of a script kiddie. Okay, the event listeners are then registered in the app component, which stores the state and passes it down to its child component via props. Okay, disconnected. Connected. Okay. Interesting. So I think I've been doing this incorrectly. Hello, welcome to the new viewers. I don't know how interesting this is going to be. I'm trying to figure out how Socket.io works. So essentially WebSockets between a web server and a client. Because I'm having an issue. I'm getting to the point where my game is getting to a playable state, but the infrastructure to create users and to have multiple people linked into a game and continuing games in progress, the infrastructure isn't correct. The sockets are sending multiple signals at once. So I'm trying to up my game here in learning how this package works so I can better deliver my game. I think the thing I was stuck on, client API. It did say on the client side. So the backend side is pretty well situated. It acts very much like a REST server, where events hit it, it processes the events, and then it returns data based on the events that were called. So with a REST call, you typically hit an HTTP endpoint. So if I go all the way up here, get username, what this does is based off of my token, I want to get the metadata for my user and return it so I can set it to my client's state for use of telling the server who's playing, for the client so they can see their own username when they're actually participating in games, that sort of thing. Socketed is a persistent connection. So there's this idea of asynchronous connection when it comes to web development, where you ask for something and then you wait for a response, and when you get the response, you do something with it. So a very, very easy example of an asynchronous response is just going to a website. Let's just go to google.com. I'm asking google.com, send me your data. Send me the HTML for your site. And when I receive it, I then load it onto my DOM, document object model. So it was very quick, but there was a point of latency and a bit of a spin when it came to between my request and the response. But that's it. That's the handshake. I ask for something, I wait a nebulous amount of time. It may even time out, and then I get a response, and then I do something with it. A socketed connection, there's a live connection. So it goes in both. It's bi-directional. So it's not just I'm asking a server and getting stuff, and then I'm sending responses to a server and I'm getting stuff, and I'm the primary motivating force for action happening. The client can do things and the server can do things, which for a board game you need, because it's not just me and the server, it's me, the server, and other players. I ask the server to update the game's state. So let's say we're starting a game, 4 people start at the start square on a Monopoly board. It's my turn, I roll the die, I move 2 spaces. Everyone else needs to see that I've moved 2 spaces. So I send the event via the socketed connection to the server. The server updates the game's state and then sends that updated state to all players via that live socketed connection. So the back end is pretty well set. It's still waiting for something to do something to it so it can respond. But that response is then blast it out as a shotgun sort of effect to all players viewing. Now, the thing I'm struggling with at this point in time is I'm trying to figure out how to set this up for the front end. Now, allegedly, I set up my project incorrectly, which it's very possible. But all this socket stuff should apparently be in its own isolated file, and then I essentially send signals up from child to parent components to run the socket stuff, and then that's what emits. It waits for the response, receives, and then percolates the information down to the child components. And that's not what's happening. I have socket stuff in app.js, I have socket stuff in lobby. I might even have some things in, I even have some stuff happening in this file, board3d, which is the main driver file for playing a game. And allegedly this is wrong. So I'm gonna look back at socket.io. We're gonna go back to instruction, how to use with React. So this is how this project is structured. There's a source, there's app.js, and then there is socket.js, which I'm going to create now. So top level, app.js. We need a file, socket.js, that is alongside app. And I want to adhere to how they do it, because the further you stray from God's light, the darker it is. So URL computed. So then socket is then created there. And I do want autoconnect to be false, because I want to wait until my client has a token confirming that there is a handshake between the server and the client and that someone's logged in. I don't want random users to be hitting my socket and messing with games. I want to be definitive. This person with this token is playing this game. And let me know if I lose you, because I'm barely following it myself. So there's a top level use effect. Events. See, this is interesting. I might not be too far off. So it looks like there is one top level use effect of receiving events from the server, I believe. One sec. Right. Sorry about that. Just had to check in with the missus. Ooh, this is giving me an issue. Hot reloading of a file may contain the previous socket IO connection. We strongly advise against registering event listeners in your child components. That's what I was messing up. So let's make sure that that's not happening anywhere besides. It's not that. The IO thing isn't that big of a deal. Set socket. Set socket. Where's that happening? I don't know if I should be setting this to a hook. So I'm creating IO. I don't think this is the worst option. But we definitely don't want socket on. Any of these should only exist within game. I don't think this file is used, but lobby definitely, game start. This needs to move up, and then I need to send a signal down the chain. So when there's a change in the parent component, I could have a use effect here. So similar to this. And I can say start game bool. And I can say if start game bool. Oh, first we'll snag this. Move this up to app. This target. That's fine. So that'll be there. Here's that. Ding ding. Lobby. Start game bool. And here's what I can do. I can create set start game bool to true. And then I can pass start game bool down to lobby. And then I can say if start game bool navigate. Okay. It's not the best. Set start game bool is not defined. I'm going to create another. False. Start game bool. And this will go down to lobby. Yeah, this is definitely going to need a lot of cleanup, but I really want to make the game work first. Oh. Doy. Alright, so socket on only exists now in app. Game is never called. Cool. Nice, nice. Yeah, this still might be broken. So I think emissions are fine to happen wherever. We can always clean things up down the line too. This is good, so now that's good. Alright, let's restart this all. I'm gonna start up a game, I'm gonna see where it crashes. Classic dev work. Why? And the whole purpose of this is I want people to have a default color. Create, BB, submit, 148, join lobby. Alright, well that didn't default either. Players looks, player ID is still 0. Fuck. And I'm still emitting twice here. So that means on somewhere I'm creating more than one socketed connection per client, which is not good. What if... So at the start, what if I... cheating a little bit here. So I'm saying if the socket is null, and this is a... Oh, I want actually if socket is equal to null. So if the token exists, the token's not an empty string, and socket doesn't already have a value, then create another socket. Because we might be creating the socket twice. I really only want one socket per client. And that seems to be what's giving me the most, like, the worst part of this issue. User disconnected. Like this, I might need to initialize my socket differently. It might be this thing here. How this is my socket. Export const socket. Disconnected. Oh, socket.connected. I want to connect when the token exists. That's the main thing. That's why I tried to set it to a hook, but setting it to a hook might be outside of what I should be doing. How did I do this before? Socket.connect to make the connection. All right, let's try to reformat this then. Like, it's good that we lifted up all the events into the main, because that's apparently what we should have done. So, socket client. This. Let's delete that, see what happens. Socket.js, import our IO, socket URL, auto connect false. So I want to connect with my socket autoconnect false URL is just my local host. Socket IO. The client API. Connect. Okay. So I want to connect socket.connect. So I want this. .connect extra headers. To ChatGPT. How can I, after creating a socket IO, socket IO. Yeah, it's that. Edit. I hate the shift enter bullshit. How can I import socket, then use socket.connect with an authorization header? See, it still says I... Can I create project? With authorization, if handle the authorization, create and export. Socket, connect socket. Okay, so this is saying, I think setting it to a hook is what's creating my issue here. Just because it's just not happy doing that. This is just weird. So it says I can lazy load. So I can have a login page that goes to a... Oh, this sucks. So I have a login page, and then post login, I go to a game section. And because game will have... It will be locked off behind the authorization token, I can then create the socket connection with the authorization token at that next level component. So essentially I'll have two levels of navigation, which is something I think I've needed anyway. Damn. So basically, I was right to create a game component that's basically a carbon copy of how this all exists. So I need to lift. Damn. Lift. Yeah, I think this is the easiest way to do it, unfortunately, which is going to take a lot of rewriting. So game. It's garbage. I hate writing code. Okay. So app will be totally rewritten to just be a login section. Login section. And we'll just say if not token, we will render this. else return. So I don't even need a route here. I just got to return you. Okay, I am not defined. There's my top level app. I can get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. You. I can also pass in default name, default color. Get the meta, get the cookie if it exists. Use effect. All this I don't need. Nope, nope, nope. Fine. Don't need the context. Don't need browser router. Okay. So I'm lazy loading this component. What was that? From React, import lazy, board TD and game. Is not defined. React is not defined. What? Oh. I need to say lazy. Cool. This dependency socket. So now I don't need the user meta. And set socket. Skyrim music will never fail to make me laugh. Default name, default color. These are all coming in to the component along with token. Socket is going to be imported. We'll say const socket is equal to create socket. And that will be from socket.js. And you'll return import Skyrim, you will never stop fighting. JS import. Ah. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of rewriting. Token. Yeah, this all gets out of here. Let's socket return. Sure. Kind of meaningless error check, but whatever. Alright, now I have a gateway. So I log in and then I get to the portion of the app with my socketed connection. It is created upon loading my game. Don't need to get anymore. What are you complaining about? Token, something. Ah. I guess I have a dupe of token in here somewhere. Ah, I do. Token comes up earlier. Set token is not defined. Where is set token? That's unnecessary as well. Get LYOC cookie defined, never used. Cookie names never read. Create the context, should still be fine. Turn the planer around your ass, still complaining. Still here? No longer necessary. Board 2D. So dependency array is no longer needs socket because it's not actually something that's changing. Where are you at? Shouldn't need it? Let's see. Yeah, it says it's not needed. Oh, because I'm importing it. Damn. This is interesting. It's expecting an import from something that's already created. Ugh. Damn. Oh, failed to compile. So it's a warning, but it shouldn't actually be an issue. Compiled with warnings. So this means this should work. Use navigate can only be used in the context of a navigate component. It's still here? Where are you complaining? Board 2D. Oh. Alright. I next need to split Board 2D into a regular component and a login component. So you can't have any of this stuff. Set username, set password, all. Navigate to lobby, advanced timeline. None of this stuff should be here. Use navigate needs to be stricken. Handle submit. Nav to lobby is not defined. Okay. Welcome back to the last year, Carbon. Why? Yes! Hopefully now, if I hit create lobby, it makes a game. And it auto gets me in. Yes! So I can get rid of the login stuff from board 2D. This is unnecessary. So handle submit, I can delete. That's not right. Damn. Do I have a login token? I shouldn't. Username Y. Damn. So for some reason my token's transmitting across my URLs. Which I think is an issue with Chrome, not with me. Should be able to start. Oh, okay. I guess I can start the game with one person. Alright, so we made some good progress today. We have broken this out a bit better. Ideally, there should be another layer here at the login page where you can check your account, see your credentials, change your password. Should be able to as well What? Oh yeah, start a new game and resume games that are already in progress once all players have joined. And it should like say, oh, X player has joined this session or whatever. There's a lot. This is very involved. Damn. So if I end my turn, does it come back to me? It does. Yeah, it's all jacked up. It's not meant to be like this. Well, this is very cool. We have lifted a sort of metadata control section on top of the board game itself. And then we've sanctioned off the game into its own section, which it matters in terms of cohesion. So for some reason, these are sharing the same authorization token, which isn't good. Restart that. Okay, now it's... Alright, I blew everything up. This is not a good sign. So this is something you will see quite a bit in computer science, is just endless connections. So I think I've made it worse. And like many things, it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's cool for a sec, though. Okay, let me restart. Let's see where we're at. Start the back end, start up the front end. So allegedly we have a whole fresh thing going on here. I'll go here to the lobby. Login page. This, ooh. I wonder, because it's no longer a state variable, it's an import. Damn. These are all referencing the same code base. So I think they're all talking to the same library. So I submit, brings me in. This is all kind of, this is all pretty gross. So when I hit this lobby here, yeah. They're using the same file. It sucks. I need a better workaround to isolate the tokens on my local. Like, this shouldn't be an issue when you're loading all this stuff into your own. Like, even if I launch this as is to my server, and I had a separate server running the actual app, the actual server in the back end, and I had the client side on the front end, each of these browsers would have something different. But I think since they're sharing the same running React instance, it's sharing an underlying library or something. I don't know. I'm not big with socketed connections. Ruh-roh. I'm gonna play around with TF2 because I need to think about this. Like always, I believe we're headed in the right direction, but more needs to be done. And with every coding project, you're never actually done, ever. Hope you're having a swell Friday night like I am. I'm about to make a cheesesteak and have movie night with Mrs. Sporp, so I'm pretty excited for the rest of the night. But I wanted to get a little work in because I said this was the new schedule, and I'd be streaming Thursdays and Fridays. And I wanted to get this in before Friday ended. Damn, that's crazy. I lost the guy moving to tier 2. I guess some people are actually interested in code. Go figure. Let's get some that crime jazz going again. I haven't done this in a while because I'm afraid of it, but let me know if you want me to bring back the shock stream. I'm going to at some point because it's like a 10x to 100x return in terms of my effort, but also a 10x to 100x in terms of my pain. I think the next big thing to test is I'm going to upload the code and get a server running on render. Not to actually play, but so that I can see if I'm right about that assumption. I need to do a bit of digging to see how I can test this locally better. Yeah, I've played all the Mega Man Legend games. I should try that Tron game at some point. Oh. Oh! Nothing goes better together than crime and jazz. Maybe I'll force Mrs. Sporp to watch Bakano with me. That's a good option, actually. It's one of the genuinely better American dub animes. Like, 1940s gangster shit should be in English. Because I just don't know what other language could make the equivalent. Yeah, see, yeah. I don't know what you guys is talking about, but I'm going. Oh! Ow! Damn you, Nesta! Friday night. You having a good time? I'm having a good time. Chilling in my attic. The studio. I've been doing improv for a while. I think it's time to take a break and get back into music. Speaks to my soul. Wow, 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 wow. Does anyone here know what the shock stream is? I mean, we got 10 minutes. We might as well get it up and running again. End on a high note. For the love of God, somebody tell me you know what the shock stream is. Alright, if someone here knows what it is, I'm going to take a peek. You can say what it is. I'm going to set it up. No dice. Let's play some tier 2. I love this tank ripoff. Come on. Well, I don't want to get kicked for inactivity. Straight into the sentry. Scoops McCooch. Oh, I love TF2 names. Brightest sort of comedy in the world. Jump again. No. Stuttering little guys. Like a smooth walker. Whoop. It's jitters. Snipers were sending me. Tap strafing. Banana land. Gut shot. bailed. Oh, is there a better map? Frontier. Farmlets. I'll take Frontier. Oh. I will take Frontier. I wonder if I set socket back to a hook, if I'll be able to actually do this. Like, I want to test locally until the game's basically done, and then I want to start testing networking. So if the game's functional, changing it over, like, you don't want to solve two problems at once. You want to solve one, and then the next, because at least you guarantee you're doing something. So I do that. Tip tap, zip zap, crits and crap. Thought I had him. Oh! I wanted to play sax so bad. I played trombone because I needed trombonists. Mr. Gibbous Vision. Tumor. We're probably gonna stop these peeps. We got a pier, I'll probably hang out. Hey! Oh shit. Well, I lied. I want to go hang out with my fiance. Hope you had fun hanging out on the stream. We solved some problems and broke my code base even further. I'm planning on doing a marathon stream once we finish out with July to get this game up and live so that people can actually play it. Because I like it a lot. It's backstabby, it's fun, it's stressful. It's a good time. I hope you have a good time if you ever get to play it. But that's a job for another day. Hope you have a good night. Have a good Friday. Make good decisions. See you at the next stream. Love you.